Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Azrach Collections, and today we're looking at another custom action figure tutorial video, and this one is very special for me. So before we get into this video, let me share my journey to this exact point in my life. Dark Knight Returns is not my favorite comic book, but it has left a lasting impression on me as a collector. Ever since I started collecting Mezco 112 action figures, I wanted to have a DKR Batman in my collection, and to fill this big bulky Batman shaped hole in my collection, I've bought a bunch of DKR related action figures, but the big hole was still there. It all started off with this custom that you see right in front of you. This is my first attempt at a custom DKR action figure, and I will try to add as many early version pics as I can. I have some in my phone hopefully, so I'll add that to show you that I've gone through so many iterations on this figure and I finally settled with this look. But the figure is basically built on a Marvel Legends Venom action figure with the belt and leg pouches from GPS Slot on eBay and the head sculpts from Action Figure Customs on eBay. I'm proud of what I've done with this figure and extremely happy with how much this figure has taught me in terms of soft good customizing. But yeah, this figure still didn't fill that hole. While looking, I came across this big bulky action figure, and this is the DC Direct version of the action figure. So basically, when I came across this one, it really resembled the comic book. It really looks like that Batman. He's got that aesthetics going on, like he's got a big bulky body. But the things that turned me off is basically he's in a perma-crouch position, so he can not stand if he's not in a crouching position, which really sucks. And there's not much articulation on the figure. So although he is a really good representation of the Batman, it's not gonna fill that Mezco hole, right? So following that, I got into the Mattel Multiverse Batman. So you can see two figures here. On the left, we've got the Mattel Multiverse Blue Batman, and on the right, it's the Armored Batman. The Armored Batman is something that I really want to do with a Marvel Legends body, but yeah, that's a story for another day. It's a custom that I'm still trying to work on. So many different parts to it. I'm trying to 3D print a bunch of parts, but it takes a lot of time and I'm still learning to 3D sculpt. So that's that. But on the left here, you can see that the Mattel Multiverse Blue Batman has basically been customized. I was lucky enough to find fabric that really matched the blue. I custom tailored a suit for him, put on the big emblem on the chest, and then made him look as cool as possible, but it still was not the Mezco DKR Batman. And then not too long ago, Mayfix took on the challenge to produce an excellent Dark Knight Returns Batman. I've actually reviewed this figure on my channel if anyone's interested. However, long story short, this is an excellent Batman with amazing articulations and beautifully crafted accessories, but it is just not the Mezco Dark Knight Returns Batman. The DKR Batman has always been a grail. Expensive, hard to find, and never in my possession. That all changed when I saw a listing from a fellow collector on Facebook, Mr. Anthony McNeil. He was selling a bunch of his action figure collections, and I had seen some listings prior of some DKR Batman figures as well, but every time I asked, they were all sold. However, this one time I got really lucky and there was one DKR Batman left over, and ironically, or fittingly, it was a figure that was complete with all the accessories except for the soft goods and the cape. It's funny how things work out in life, but everything that's transpired over the years as a collector has led me to do this custom on my channel for you guys to watch and follow along for an action figure that I've been searching for since forever. And finally, after this long-winded intro, this is the custom Mezco DKR Batman video. First thing we will do is take our template for the bodysuit. You can find the template on azrachcollection.com, and here we have the template that has been cut out. Next, we get our fabric that has been folded over with the good sides facing inside, and we can start to draw out the template outlines on the fabric. Once the template is drawn onto the fabric, we will take our fabric and sew down the sides of the suit, leaving holes for the hands and the legs. Here we have the sides of the bodysuit sewn down, and we can cut out the excess fabric from around the bodysuit. Make sure that you have left holes for the hands and the legs. While cutting out the excess for the fabric, just remember that you don't need to leave seams for the holes, so you can cut right at the end of the stitching. Finally, cut out a hole for the neck and cut a slit on the back of the suit, but only on one side of the fabric. And now we can just flip the suit inside out and the bodysuit is almost ready. After that, we can trace out the pants using the template, but make sure to do it twice. For consistency, also check your fabric on the bodysuit and make sure that you have the right side facing out. We want to draw the template on the wrong side of the fabric. Now we can sew the crotch seam of the pants. And then we can sew down the pant legs. Now we can cut out our Avery DIY transfer paper Batman emblem and press it onto the bodysuit. I have used a cardboard cutout of the bodysuit template as a base for ironing. And next we'll trace over the template for the trunks twice and get ready for sewing. And here I'm giving you a visual guideline of what the seam should look like on the trunks, and this is if you want the hemming on the bottom of the trunks. Now here we have the edges of the trunks hemmed, and we want to take the template side on the outside and stitch the sides and the bottom. Make sure to leave holes for the torso and the legs. Once the bottom and the sides are sewn, we can basically cut off all the excess fabric, flip the trunks inside out, and the trunks are done. So for the cape, we'll take a big piece of black fabric. We will trace on the template, leave a small X for the neck hole so we can cut it out, and basically once we trace out the template, we can cut along the lines and create the cape. So finally we've got everything ready. All we need to do now is put everything onto the body. Once the bodysuit is on, please make sure that you've sewn up the back. Put on the trunks, and Batman is ready for the spotlight. So there we have it, guys. Years of chasing and trying to replicate, and finally this Mezco grail figure of mine is done. I'm extremely happy with how everything turned out, and although it is not exactly the same as the Mezco figure, I am blessed to be able to put my own spin on this figure. The Mezco body is excellent and lends a lot of character to this Batman. The big bulking body is covered with a long flowing cape that I'm extremely happy with, and the cape just works so well on this figure. Underneath the cape we have this menacing looking burly Batman that is just amazing. All the details, all the articulation, we still retain all the articulation, so that's also very amazing. And finally, this amazing Batman with great shelf presence is filling out my big DKR Batman sized hole in my collection. So for everybody that stayed on to this long, I've got a special bonus content for you as always. So this time we're basically doing a size comparison with this custom Batman, and I'm comparing him next to all the other custom or other DKR figures that I have. So to begin with, we start off with the DC Direct Dark Knight Returns Batman Blue variant, which came in a box set with the Dark Knight Returns Joker. After that, we've got the Mattel Multiverse Dark Knight Returns Batman, which is a blue variant, which I've done a custom on. Next, we've got the Mafex Dark Knight Returns Batman, which is the black variant. Next, we've got the custom Dark Knight Returns Batman, which I've done on a Marvel Legends body. I've showcased this multiple times on my Instagram if you want to check it out. After that, we've got the Mattel Multiverse Dark Knight Returns Superman, which is also a custom. And last but not least, we've got the custom Dark Knight Returns Superman on a Marvel Legends body with my own custom head that I've 3D printed. So there it is, my take on the Mezco DKR Batman. Thank you so much for watching this video. If possible, please leave a like on this video, and if you have not already, please subscribe.